Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my lovely subscribers. I hope that you are having a glorious, glorious Tuesday. Just got back from the little gym with a little bit. Daddy went too, so that was awesome. I want to thank Patricia Jarrett again for my super stickers. I want to start doing more for you guys because I get more out of it than you, trust me. I want to get started. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm hoping that I don't stay too long so that I will be able to read some of your comments. I think we have time because this is going to be quick. Anyway, I was watching GBN, or I believe it's GBN, and Piers Morgan was on there, okay? And my older videos talks about Piers Morgan a lot. He's comedic when he doesn't even know he's comedic, funny, but I like listening to him. So anyway, he's weighing in on the Camilla aspect of it. So word is that in the new book that's out, which I'm gonna get, you guys let me know, and I don't want to mispronounce his name, but I'm just gonna say there's a new book out. And the book is around King Charles. And so it was said in the book that Camilla was hurt by Harry calling her the wicked stepmother and all these names. He called her wicked stepmother and just really dissed her. And it was just distasteful because you want to just tell Harry, like, not now. No, not it's coronation time. Like, no. So he does it anyway. He releases this crap right after his grandmother, well, before and after his grandmother passes. And then his father is left with all this. Oh, there's another thing I want to mention too. And I can come back to this since I wrote it down. Piers Morgan. So I heard that Harry and Meghan was in the program. I just heard that. I said, honey, did you hear? You know, I always ask him because sometimes he lets me know what's going on. But I said, honey, did you hear that Meghan and Harry, there's a picture of them? And I think there's a picture of them in the program. I gotta, and I hope I'm saying this right. And if I am, I do apologize. But they are in the program. I don't know if it's a picture. But the picture that I saw that they were showing of them where they were all on the balcony. Now, I doubt if they're going to put a picture of Meghan and them on the balcony, knowing that Meghan wanted to be on the balcony. It's almost one of those things like, see, this is where you could have been if you hadn't been acting stupid. Work with me. Check this out. Now, she's in the program. I don't know if it's a picture of her in the program or, you know, I believe the kids are in there too. And that's why I said I believe that Meghan was getting those titles so that when it's time to write it down, that she has two royal babies, at least the names. She wanted to make sure that it was right on time. So the christening was done strategically before the christening, to me, before the christening. So, because I'm sure she was like waiting for them to announce this. She was waiting on Charles them to let the world know that they are now prince and princess. You have to think that. So anyway, so she goes and gets the titles, right? And after she tells, I got to repeat this because some of you might be new. So she goes and gets the titles after she says the royal family is racist and won't give them the titles on the Oprah show. Go watch the show. And so, but she ends up giving them the titles right before the christening. And I can't help to believe so that like this program, if they are in the program, which I believe that they are. So let's say hypothetically that they are, allegedly, that if they are in the program, picture or whatever, it's what Meghan wanted. She wants to be recognized. She wants to be noted. She wants her kids to be, that's their birthright. That's why I gave them the titles, because it's their birthright and I want them mentioned in the coordination. If she didn't want them mentioned, then why was she sitting there negotiating a part for Archie? She wanted Archie to participate, which was stupid, like it was a recital. No, oh God, so wrongs for that. So she got the titles. That's how I believe she got the titles. But check this out. So she got them right before, and so now they're in the program. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw the program with a picture. I'm gonna get it. I think it's gonna be available. I'm gonna get me a copy because it's about the coronation, and then I think they're in it, and which just happens to be there. I was getting it. I was like, ooh, before. I told my husband, I said, I want one of these. And this was before I knew that they were in the program. But I still want one. But I wonder, is there a picture in there? But if it is, the picture shows them on the balcony. And it's just like, ooh, the same place Meghan wanted to be and put in one of those demands before she would come. It's just weird. But I also was thinking, like, wow, what message is that sending? I'm starting to think, like, okay, so what message is that sending? That you can't, like, if you're putting them in the program, you're making them a part of the service. So that would mean that he was making them a part of something, right? Or they're just in the program to list his family members. I thought that. I was like, well, that's normal to have your name in the program because you're closest to the family. And so you kind of like have a program with all your family, the royals in there. But I think I saw a picture. So let's just say hypothetically that we'll see. Because if it's the picture, I just thought like, wow, that's just weird. Why would they put her in the program if she's part of the royal family? If she's a part of the royalness of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would that be in there? You guys let me know what you think about the program picture. It's still registering for me, so I haven't, like, my first thought was, that's not really a good one to put them in there. No one wants to turn the page and see them, you know. But then I thought, well, this is what I thought. I said, well, if you don't want to put the focus on them, why would you put a picture of them in the program? That was my first thought. So moving on, let's go back to the Piers Morgan moment, okay? So Piers Morgan is pissed off at Harry. He doesn't like Harry. He despises Harry. He calls him pretty much every name that I probably should write him down, but he called him something this time, and this is what I got out of the story. So Piers Morgan explains to us how Harry goes in on Camilla in the spare book and talks about how she's the wicked stepmother, and that she was trying to get the press on her side, you know, because she needed all this publicity and stuff, and, you know, no matter what, you know, almost like she would kill for it. It was some stupid stuff. Like, he really went in on Camilla. It was really, he didn't leave Meghan and Harry didn't leave anybody unturned over there at the royal family. She had no friends. No one was on Meghan's side. Every last one of Harry's family members was the enemy, according to Meghan. So nobody was on your side. Nobody. It was everybody else's fault. Well, and guess what is going on? Remember what I think I said this. I said, now that she's not going, there's a lot of talk being surrounding her, and it's not good publicity. It's bad publicity. It's a lot of, she's not going, everybody's excited. Her popularity in the United States is going further down, and people are asking other people their opinion about her, and it's not a good opinion. It is and not just that, but they're talking about how selfish she is not to go, or, not to try to reconcile. They can, it's everything you can think of is coming out. And then the Oprah show is going to come out too, because they're already talking about what Harry and Meghan said. And that's going to be blasted everywhere during the coronation. It's going to be there. It is. As a reminder. Because you tell me if that racist comment or anything. Listen, let's get back to Camilla. So Piers Morgan says, he goes in on her and da 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 da. Then he goes in and he says, now Harry just gonna come over here and just roll up. He said, now Harry thinks he's just gonna roll up. No, I was doing something in the kitchen and I just dropped whatever I was doing. I said, what did he say? It just sounded like some stuff my dad would say. Yeah, we're gonna roll up and grab some chicken wings or so, He said, no, Harry just think he's gonna roll up and cruise up and everything is gonna be okay. No. He said Camilla's hurt. And he said she should be. And so Esther said, was chiming in as well. And then he had this gentleman named Kevin on there. And then Kevin says, well, Camilla is the woman that separated that was sleeping with his father and messed up the marriage. And then Esther says, well, Diana had her own thing going on. And then Kevin said, well, that was later. He was almost like trying to walk it back, or, not sound as harsh, I think. Like, yeah, no. He was trying to let them know on the stage, hey, Harry's still hurt. And then that's when Piers Morgan said, I don't care about Harry being hurt. I'm sick of hearing about Harry's feelings, about how he feels, and all of this, and this privacy stuff. And that's when he shut it off. But Esther and Kevin were like, he was trying to explain to her, and I get that. I get who Camilla is. But, they're gonna do it. They're gonna talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, whether it makes her look good or bad in the situation. But I think it honestly takes a real woman to be able to stand against that kind of scrutiny. And like, she was like the one that they were throwing eggs at. Like, she was not liked at all. And Americans didn't really care for Camilla. I wasn't a fan because I felt that too. I was like, who is she, kind of thing. But over time, your heart softens and you start forgiving and forgive. And you see someone that actually really loves this man and has given her life to him. And so I'm really excited about seeing her crowned queen. And look, and who am I? I'm just a little person over here in America. Would love to see it because she earned it. She earned it. And so imagine Meghan trying to dig her way out of this trouble that she's in with the British people. Like, how do she start digging her way home? But we are so far from that because she's still me in it. Me. I told you this one was going to be short. Also, let me see if I can read some of your comments. Just a moment. Okay, I am sorry. Hold on one second. Okay, so I won't say their names because I haven't got permission. But I'm just going to read a little bit. They say, I just got out of something like a narcissistic relationship. And she says, I'm spotting all the signs, but she's way worse than my ex. He never turned me against my family. That's something, isn't it? For someone to deliberately go down the list at night and sit there and feed Harry all this stuff about his family, and then he gets on Netflix and tells us she showed him the light. She opened his eyes to see. Okay, yeah. How did that go for you? Thank you for that. Okay, I love this one. I love this one. Redbird, thank you. Looking good, girl. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. They need to be interviewed by Piers Morgan. That would be the scoop of the year. Oh, his is kind of long, so I'm going to skip around. I agree. He said Oprah was so well rehearsed. She emulated Meghan was well rehearsed. She was. Meghan had that outfit, the same outfit that Diana had. You know, she wants to be Diana so bad. Let me put you on pause. He's got a lot to say, and I want to make sure I get all the juicy stuff. Hold on. Okay. Okay, he says, Tom Bradsby, his interview was slightly better. He liked that as well as I did. He said because at the end, when he asked about the racist comment, and Harry was sitting there lying, Robert said that was his Oprah moment. What? Who's having that conversation? Yep, that's going to go down, and I'm surprised that nobody did a spoof off of that yet. Just like, Harry worked for a mental health charity. You telling me that he couldn't get help for his wife? That's like, my God, she's sitting on the couch with the Fab Four and talking about how she gonna help the world, but then turn around 45 minutes later talking about what she's feeling. No, he had a therapist too on speed dial, because during he says it. Redbird. He says he was on quick dial to his therapist when William knocked him to the floor. No, just a petty story. Yes. Then to add insult to injury, they get a blooming award for speaking out about racism and mental health. It's unbelievable. It is. And he goes on and on and on. And I love it. Thank you. It's unbelievable. And I think people are starting to say, like, okay, wait a minute. This ain't adding up. And now more and more stories are coming out, and different stories about, her life, her child, different stories are coming out, like why she didn't go to the coronation and all of this other stuff. There's stories after stories after stories, but they're going to come. And they're not looking good in a sense that it's negative because of what they did and what they said to the royal family. That will never go away. It's almost hard to start a story without reminding everyone of their behavior. It's just that's how it's going to be. Listen, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.